Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be trying out the soap brow technique. I've seen a couple of YouTubers do this and actually searched for it and saw that it was a thing. A lot of people were doing their brows with soap. But the first two people were XCII and Desi Perkins. I'm subscribed to the two of them. So after watching their video, I got really curious. I wanted to see how the technique was going to perform, aka hold up on brows like mine, because my brows are really sparse and I wanted to see how this technique was going to work for me. So this is just me trying something out for the first time and telling you guys what I think about it. So if you want to see me do my brows with soap, please keep watching. As you guys can see, I have a full face of makeup on without any brows and I know that I look weird. I've seen a couple of YouTubers do this challenge in different ways. I've seen a couple of people fill in their brows first before going in with the soap to kind of tame their brow hairs. I'm going to be taming my brow hairs with the soap first, and then I'm going to go in with my pencil and I'm going to use it to fill my brows in. Okay, and when I thought of doing this challenge, the first time that I saw people doing this challenge, the first soap that came to mind to use was Pierce Transparent, because that was the only soap that I was familiar with that looked similar to what I saw them using. My mom used to have a provision store back in the day, aka grocery store. For those of you who do not know what a provision store is, like a place where you get groceries, but it's a very small store. It's not big or anything. So this was the first transparent soap that I ever saw in my life, and she was selling these at the time. And this is a very simple transparent soap. It just cleanses. It doesn't do anything special. I've seen a couple of other transparent soaps of recent since then, and they're either brightening or exfoliating or turning you into a different new person. This is just a basic cleansing soap. So if you're going to use this, I highly recommend that you try Pierce Transparent. Okay, I got this for like 300 naira from my closest pharmacy. I got this from Med Plus. You can get this in the market, any supermarket close to you. It's not really that hard to find. So I'm just going to start and stop talking. So I'm going to start off by brushing my brow hairs towards one direction, and I'm doing this with a spoolie. If you don't have a spoolie, you can use a small toothbrush or something. It depends on whatever it is you use to brush your brow hairs up. The spoolies even come with brow pencils these days, so I'm sure that everyone can get a spoolie. So I am just brushing my hairs upwards first. And one thing that I saw them do the minute that they were ready to start using the soap was that they'll spray it with some sort of liquid. You can use water for this, you can use anything, but I have Fix Plus on the table here and it's just easier for me to just grab it. So I'm going to spray twice on my spoolie, 3 times, 4 times, just to make sure that it's damp. Okay, and I'm going to go into the soap like this. I'm just going to do this because I saw them do this. So you're just going to work the spoolie into the soap to make sure that you grab enough. I'm going to end up washing my spoolie after this, in all honesty, because this soap is hard as hell. Oh my gosh. I'm going to spray more on my brush because I don't think I have enough, and I'm going to go back into the soap. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the spoolie with the soap on it and I'm going to use it to brush my brow hairs towards the direction that I want them to go. After using the soap, I know that the recommended thing to do next is to wait for 1 to 2 minutes before going on in with a pencil or whatever brow product you have to fill in the brows, just to make sure that the soap is completely dry. My brows actually feel a bit weird now, they feel slightly hard, stiff, I have some sort of styling gel on top of them. But I guess it's to be expected. I'm just going to wait 1 to 2 minutes and then I'm going to go in with my pencil and start filling them in. So I'm going to start filling my brows in now, and I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow wiz in dark brown, and I'm just going to fill them in the same way that I normally do them, in very short strokes, and not draw any harsh lines, just to make sure that they look as natural as possible. The one thing that I've noticed though, I don't know if it's because of my complexion or anything, is that the soap has left a little residue. It's not that much, but then I can still see a very little amount of film on my brows. So I know that it's recommended that you use a transparent soap because they don't leave any kind of film or cast, but I can see a little bit. So this is not even something that you're going to try with any kind of colored soap. That will be highly not recommended because you're probably going to end up with brows that look the same color as the soap. I'm going to end up setting my brows with powder anyways, so I hope that the film disappears by the time I end up using the powder. Next, I'm going to set my brows, and I'll be using my ABH brow powder in Urban, and this is an angled brush by Sigma. I don't know what the number is called. The whole thing has literally peeled off. So I'm going to take this brush and my brow powder, and I'm going to use this to set my brows. Okay, so this is definitely better. The brow powder is just clinging to the film and changing the color, so it's getting rid of the residue that I can see, and it looks a lot better now. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to go in with my MAC 266 angled brush and my Maxio Finish concealer in NW40, and this is like 1 to 2 shades lighter than my skin tone. I'm going to use it to clean up my brows. I'm going to blend it out using this brush from Juvia's Place. I don't know what it's called, but it's going to get right into here and blend out the edges of the concealer without messing up the eyeshadow that I have on my crease. So just to finish everything up, I'm going to set the concealer that I just applied with the same shadow that I have on my eyelid, and it's a flesh toned nude from my Nubian 1 palette, and this is a precision shadow brush from Sephora. Okay, so here are my brows, and I'm not gonna lie, I really love them. And the one thing that stood out to me with this technique is the fact that my brow hairs look a lot fuller. Aside from the fact that it held my brow hairs in place, my brows just look a lot fuller. It gave my brows a lot of texture. As you guys saw at the beginning of this video, I have very sparse brows. So most of the times when I try to make my brows fuller, I have to automatically make them darker. But this just allows for like fuller looking brows without the darkness. My brows look the shade that I want them to be. They're not too dark right now. Like, this is the shade that I am most comfortable with when it comes to my brows, and they're not too dark, but then they look full. Looking at me, you probably think that I have way more hair than I actually have on my brows. So this is something I'll probably see myself continue doing. It took me a lot more time to get this done than, you know, it would take for me to do my brows, like my normal brow routine. But I guess it's because I'm trying it out for the first time. And as long as I continue, this is probably something that's going to be like easy peasy for me. So yeah, I don't know what you guys think about this technique. Has anyone tried it? Is there a special way that you're doing yours aside from the way that I have done it in this video? You guys should please let me know in the comment section, because I like to read your comments and, you know, like just really find out what you guys think about this technique. Yeah, that's probably it for this video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you guys.